And I've had a lot of people say, well, what are you doing? I've released one song since I came off X-Factor.
Yeah.
I was so young, I didn't even know what music I wanted to do. Well, people go on my Instagram and they're like, oh, so you get your kit off and you do underwear modelling now, and that's what you do. And I'm like, no, that is just, I love fashion. I've always loved fashion, photography. Success is not measured by what's in your bank account.
Yeah.
The amount of things you have, the amount of people who know your name. It's more just doing something that you find fulfilling. I've written about 100 songs now, and there's only about 10 of them that I think, wow, they're the ones that I want people to hear.
And we are live, guys. Welcome back to another episode of the Wally Podcast. Today I'm joined by my fellow podfather, Ollie.
What is good? How's it going?
Yeah, good mate, good. Before we get into the excitement of the day, we have a special guest here. We have Holly Tandy, who is a singer and songwriter from Barnsley, Yorkshire, known for showcasing her talents at the X-Factor Series 14.
Yeah, that was me.
Very recently finished Dorothy for the Wizard of Oz as well.
I did, yeah. I've done a bit of theatre.
Eurovision Song Contest 2019, not to mention the youngest artist of the song contest.
Baby.
But now we're in 2021, so much has happened since then. So how are you today, Holly? You good?
Yeah, I'm doing good, thanks. I'm all good now. I've got my green juice drink.
Sort me out.
Nice. Oh, it's called Sort Me Out, and it really does sort your eye out.
Gives you a green tongue apparently as well, doesn't it?
Mm.
We had it in the last live session we did.
Yeah.
There was a green tongue that appeared on a Lady Gaga cover, right?
Yeah, I'll Never Love Again. It was very emotional. We were all in the zone, weren't we?
That's nearly at 10k views now, you know.
Wow.
10,000 views.
It's a good video. Do you know what? It is one of them things, like, I don't like to toot my own horn, but I do look back on that and think, wow, that is really, like, it captured a real moment. Like, and I remember it all so clearly. It was such a nice day, weren't it? Like, we just literally just sang and did music and filmed and all the rest, and drank green juice.
Some
Shrek moves.
I blame the green tongue for that one. Like that's obviously the views are there for this song.
It's so good though. You just feel like you're putting good stuff in your body, which does not sound great when I say it out loud.
I think it tastes a bit like grass.
Grass.
Not that I eat grass on the regular, but like I think I've had two. Just
there. Just you'll be on the toilet tonight.
Grass.
Ollie's in the back garden. So Holly, let me ask you, just to kick things off here. Let's talk about you. Let's let the guys know a little bit more about you.
Sure.
Just say why singing? Why did you pick it up? Why did you think I'm going to be a singer at such a young age?
That's a good question. I mean,
what inspired you?
My mum and dad always used to joke, like, you'll be on stage one day. I've always been very creative, whether that's art, photography, singing, music. I've always been really interested in it, and a few people that I really look up to is like the likes of Lady Gaga, Elton John, some massive names. And I think music's got to that point now where it's all very mainstream. There's some really good artists out there, and there's, you know, unless they're recognised by a top label or they're being played on the radio, there's a lot of music out there that's amazing that needs to be heard. And you know, I've got more passion for that than the success that brings. You know, I used to always think, oh, I want to be a pop star, I want to be this, I want to be that. But as I've grown up now, I realise that actually success is not measured by what's in your bank account, the amount of things you have, the amount of people who know your name. It's more just doing something that you find fulfilling. And I love music. Like, I've always been so interested in it, and I want to. There's still so much I have to learn about music, and I find that really, like, that drives me. You know, I want to know more. I want to learn more instruments. I want to be better at my art and honing my craft. Really. That's
a really refreshing take, actually. To be honest, because a lot of the time, especially you were 15, right? X-Factor. What a massive, like, what, I couldn't even imagine the volume.
Yeah.
Like, what were you doing when you were 15? Like, riding a skateboard in the park or something? That's what I was doing, skateboarding or something, hanging out.
Yeah.
I don't even think, when was 10 years ago?
Yeah. I literally left school on the Friday and then went for my audition on the Sunday.
Jeez.
Like, I was so fresh out of it, and I think I was a little bit blind to the industry.
Yeah,
like, I kind of didn't really realise. I just was like, wow, what an amazing experience. And kind of, I'm glad that I went on the show at that age, because I think if I went on it now, I'd be a bit more calculated about, you know, song choice, everything, and I think I'd have overthought it if I went on it now, because I know so much about the industry and how at times it can be really corrupt, and television especially. I'm not saying amazing experience, and everyone I worked with on X Factor was great, and I've made some life friends from that experience, but television as a whole, I mean, I actually did an interview back when Caroline Flack sadly took a life for a radio station. We were saying actually there's not much support out there for artists or even people who have that small bit of fame for, you know, because people say, well, you've got everything. You've literally got everything. You do your dream job, you wake up every day, you do this, you do that, you've got money, and people think they've got no problems. But I've met a lot of people that are successful that just aren't happy. And that's the, you know, your family is a big thing. Like for me, like I've always been such a family girl. And you know, if you've got that support mechanism around you, no matter what you go through in your life, whether that's highs, lows, and we all have them. Like everyone's got. I always say this: everyone's got shit. We've all got shit going on. And Instagram especially is a massive killer for that, because we all scroll through and everyone looks like they're living it up in, you know, in Dubai, or they've got nice things and stuff like that. But really, it is nothing in the grand scheme of things. And if you've got that, you know, you're that family and that close, and friends as well. You know, not everyone's as lucky as me with my family support. And that whole part of my life, but you know, friendship and the people that you surround yourself with, and the, you know, I think a lot of the time you just have to close in your circle in really, and figure out who you can trust, who's in for it for you and your personality, and not, you know, taking away your energy, because you know, you can be drained by some people.
Instagram has changed so much in the past like 4 or 5 years, hasn't it? And it's become now a place where you don't like put something instantly online. It's highlights, isn't it? So you take the time to edit a photo, and you take,
it's business as well.
Yeah, it is, and people can make so much money from it. But it does seem like it's changed so much from what it used to be, and what I think the original concept was made for by the people that created it, was to be like a you know, somewhere where you just post a random picture of a sunset or something like that. But now people are posting like morphed photos of themselves looking either bigger, smaller, tallest, I don't know, whatever.
And there's a lot of people out there that are doing some real good through Instagram. You know, there's a lot of accounts that I follow, especially women, that, you know, they don't filter their image, or they do the whole Instagram versus reality thing, and you actually look and you think, wow, like, yeah, I look like that. That's exactly how I look when I wake up first thing on a morning and look dog rough.
I'm glad people are doing that though.
That's really interesting actually, because when people sort of demonize social media to what it is, and they say, oh, it's bad, too much of it is bad, like, you can have a healthy relationship with social media, just like you can have a healthy relationship with your diet and the people you hang out with. That is controllable.
It's lifestyle.
Exactly, yes. If you follow that person that posts the perfect picture every day and they're making you feel like shit, that's your fault. That's your problem. You chose.
Yeah, and you chose to see the negativeness in that. And whereas me, sometimes I'll look at an account and I'll think, right, well, I used to be like that. I used to post those photos, and that's fine. Everyone has their own creative, like, they're entitled to post whatever they want. And this is the thing, like, people shame others for posting these filtered images and stuff. Listen, they're hiding behind that because they don't feel good about themselves, and that should be a bit of a that's, you know, that's kind of their problem, and let's not kind of gang up on that and stuff. And there's a lot of negativity online, but there's also a lot of positive, and that's why I use especially my following and my voice with my Instagram and everything to hopefully spread a bit more good, and just share moments in my life that are meaningful, and not just brief moments that look great on Instagram. And you know how it is.
Let's talk about the X-Factor, because I want the guys to kind of know your take on that, because it's a very interesting part of your life, and obviously your experience as someone that was so young going through that. I'm sure you've told the story a million times, but
no, I'm happy to tell it again.
So going into there, I mean, I still can't get my head around this. You know, you're 15 years of age, okay? You're standing on, let's say, the X. The judges are looking at you. Like, what's going through your mind? Are you thinking like, holy shit, this is it? I've watched this show before. That's actually Simon, Sharon, Louis.
It was just like a dream, like literally like a dream. And me and my mum actually came down to boot camp with me, because you weren't allowed, if you were under the age of I think 16, you had to have a chauffeur kind of thing. And my mum was literally like, what is going on? And we kept saying, if I can just get through on my birthday, because it was boot camp was my birthday, and Dermot brought me a cake out, and Nicole sang happy birthday. And I always used to say, I'll never have a birthday like that. And do you know what? Every year I get luckier and luckier.
I've had goosebumps on the back of my neck,
unbelievable. Yeah, literally. And I still can't believe it's happened. And when people come up to me now and they'll say, you know, oh, you're on X-Factor, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. It's 4 years ago now. A lot has happened in 4 years.
So it's happened. So you think it's gone quite quick since?
Oh my god, yeah. It's just, like the blink of an eye, like literally. And you know, it's been a real. I'd be lying if I said it's been a struggle in my music career, because a lot of people on that show did not get signed. And a lot of people did not walk away with record labels. And we all had to fend for ourselves. And it is a vicious world, the music industry. It really is. People get picked up, dropped like that. And do you know what? A lot of it is...
ruthless.
It's ruthless, yeah. But it's like any industry. If you want to be at the top of your game, you have to cut out the bullshit, basically. And you have to strive towards the goal and the place where you want to be musically. Because I had a load of people trying to tell me, you need to be like this, you need to be like that, you know, you need to... At one point, I did country for a bit, which was fine. I really like country music. I always have had an interest in it, but it was never where I saw myself musically. But now I'm lucky I've got a team of people that just really listen to my ideas. And ultimately, you're the expert. If you're the one doing the music, then I'm not putting my name to anything that I don't really believe in or it doesn't speak to me as a person.
Were you doing that to fit in the country stuff?
Yeah. I think just do something refreshing, because I was told by someone that you'll never be a pop star. You'll never be a pop artist. There's too many of them out there. You know, you are honing yourself in it. But pop music is so subjective. There's so much out there. Even like the likes of Post Malone. Post Malone came from a country background.
Did he?
Yeah,
I didn't even know.
He's got a really good voice, hasn't
He's got an amazing voice. And do you know what? He got moulded into this kind of... And he'll have done it himself. Moulded into this like cool, kind of like deep... Like
grungy sort of
grunge
guy.
rap, and it was different, and that's why people liked it. But you can't be different if you're not that person. You can't write that music if that's not where you want to be. Like I've got to the point now where if I don't feel like writing a song, I won't do it. You know, if I don't feel like, I just will write what I feel, and that's the music. I always think as well, when I write a song, would I listen to this or is this boring? You know, would I listen to this or is this just the same old popular music that everybody wants to hear? They all want to get on Capitol, and it's not where you want to be. Longevity in the music industry is tough these days. There's not many people that are about, artists especially. I mean, Lewis Capaldi, massively refreshing. The thing that was really refreshing about him was that he wasn't this stereotypical, you know, pop star. He's just a normal guy.
Just a lad, isn't he?
He's just a proper lad. He's so great. And
I've got one question to ask.
Yeah, of course.
You know, with obviously X-Factor and like these TV shows that are for singers, one thing that seems to be such a theme throughout them, that I've noticed anyway, is the people that do really, really well from them never win it. I mean, you've got like the odd one, like Leona Lewis and maybe Alexandra Burke as well, and James Arthur, I suppose, but you've got like the huge ones like One Direction. They didn't win it.
That's
came, like,
a great observation.
Yeah, and they've all gone to do their own things as well, which makes you wonder, under the influence of a label, was that where they wanted to be musically, or were they just making hits after hits because people were listening and people were engaged? Because they were like, One Direction for me in my lifetime were the biggest boy band. They were absolutely massive.
They're still massive now, but you got Harry Styles is huge.
But Harry Styles musically is doing something that people haven't done in a while. He's going for the whole kind of Fleetwood Mac, it's cool stuff. But it's stuff you can tell when he's singing or when he's writing or when new music's released. It's stuff that he wants to do.
I see a bit of Elton John in him right now.
He's like very like with the
star sunglasses,
big flares and stuff like that,
and leather and
going back to that point there, like how didn't they win if post show they've got this huge
it's a good
who's the real winner of that?
Because like they're walking out. I mean, they literally probably walked out, and 10 days later they got signed millionaires within a couple of years.
But people think it's a lot of money. You don't get a lot of money for winning, especially not in my series. You get I think you get like I didn't. I came 7th, so I didn't get signed to a label. Luckily, I'm glad that I'm an independent artist, and eventually I want to look for a label that cares about my interests. But back to the point. I mean, I actually met Ollie Murs at the ITV gala a few years ago.
Did he?
Amazing guy, such amazing. And he said to me, he was like, just push through this. He was like, there's so many people from our series as well that still work really hard, but it is hard. And, you know, you just need to, it's good to see that you're still out there and you're still doing this, because, you know, post X-Factor, people expect you to be on the radio and stuff. And if you haven't, you've failed. And a lot of people think that, they do. And I've had a lot of people say, well, what are you doing? I've released one song since I came off X-Factor. I was so young, I didn't even know what music I wanted to do.
You were 15.
I was literally 15. I just had this big dream, this like big, you know, I just was starstruck by it all. And I'm so glad I took that time to just not release any old music, because I've got to a point now where I've cherry-picked, you know, songs that I really love. And, you know, if other people don't, that's fine. But I really am confident that, you know, at least some people, the music will speak to them, and that's ultimately why you release it. Because, you know, why would you want to just...
The end goal is it needs to resonate with people,
exactly,
right?
Yeah.
It's important that you say that, though, because obviously it seems like a lot of people just, like you said, do music for the sake of doing music, for the sake of like just getting money and fame and all that kind of stuff. But obviously, if you're going down the avenue of doing it to resonate with people, that's really important, especially in today's society. Definitely, as well.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Yeah, and I think as well, like, it's important to say that, you know, while with success comes money and fame and stuff like that.
Of course.
Ultimately, if that is your goal, you are not many people succeed. It's long, you know, it's longevity.
Probably not going to succeed, are you?
Yeah, because it's not realistic. There's not that much money in the industry unless you're absolutely massive. There isn't.
Yeah,
there really isn't.
There's a lot of talent out there. There's unrecognised talent.
A lot of talent.
Absolutely, I totally agree.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll see the odd, you know, you'll be in a pub somewhere.
How are you not like someone?
Yeah, I mean, I for example, if I seen you, because I know you do like local performances sometimes.
Yeah.
If I walked to the pub and I was like, what? I mean, like, this girl,
Bless you.
what is going on? Like,
Yeah.
I see it every now and again. You just get an absolute just pearl of a human just sitting there like making noise, and you're just like, is that like coming from the speakers? Is that like a radio?
Yeah.
No, that's someone singing live.
And
you're
there's
like,
some
what?
and there's some people that you hear on like Glasgow or like people that play top festivals.
Yeah.
I mean, even like I went to Leeds Fest a few years ago and Dua Lipa was playing and I was so disappointed.
Listening to it this morning.
I don't want this to sound awful. She's at a great place musically. The recent album, The Future Nostalgia, great album, off the record.
Oh, yeah,
but when I saw her live, I was literally like, well, this is boring. There's no substance.
That's a big statement. Julie, but turn it off now.
Yeah, sorry, Dua. No, I'll say it. I actually, you've got to, and that's the thing, music is so subjective. And like, while I enjoy listening to her on the radio, I can't connect with her as an artist because I don't think there's any real substance there.
I'll tell you who I went and saw live just before lockdown. Two of them, Tom Walker and Dermot Kennedy.
What's Dermot Kennedy like? 'Cause I love Dermot Kennedy.
It's, so like you're saying, like you didn't understand Dua Lipa when she was live, but I sat there and honestly, there was some songs that he sung, and I was just people were singing along, and I was just like, this guy is fucking talented.
But that is how music should make you feel. You should not be stood in a crowd saying, "Oh, brilliant lights and great dancing." Like that is so visually, it looked great.
Yeah.
She looked great. You know, but from a music point of view, I was just like, you're not connecting with your fans.
Was that a big venue? That Dua Lipa
Yeah, it was Leeds Fest. She was headlining, and then Panic at the Disco came on later and were unreal,
they're
like
so good,
next level.
They're a proper band.
Yeah.
So good, and he as an artist really connects, and
his
you can
voice.
Voice, yes, I was about to say, it's so good. Is it what's his name? Brandon something or this?
Brendan.
Brendan.
You're wrong.
Yeah.
Brendan, what's his name?
But that's the same again, like Dermot Kennedy, his voice, like he's got a song called Moments Past, and if you haven't listened to it, give it a listen. But at the start, it's quite like an automated sound that comes out at the start of the song, but he literally sung that bit at the start, and I was like, Jesus. You know, it's like Goosebumps. It was genuinely, like, I was like, oh.
I mean, I followed a band, they've changed the name actually, they were called Skinny Living, but they're called New Familiar now. I've followed them since I were in school, so literally for about 10 years. Like literally they've been around years, but they kind of had a bit of success with they had a song with Kid Ink, you know. It was all right. It wasn't what they wanted to do, and they're really nice lads. Like they always still play in the local venues. Like they're massive around where I live anyway, and they're quite recognised. But they are literally just three lads just doing what they want to do.
Just killing it.
And they all had side jobs, and that's the other thing as well. There's this big I don't want to say pressure, but it's this big expectation that it should be your only job. I've worked a few jobs over coronavirus because, you know, money as well. I've got a mortgage to pay now, but there's a lot of artists now that are out of work. Their whole life was singing in live venues, singing on cruise ships, and there's a lot of us that have had to come back and say, whoa, like we're going to have to take a back foot now because,
Let's talk about pressure then, because that's interesting. So pressure as a whole, anxiety, we know we'll touch up on that in a bit. Has just increased massively throughout easily the whole population. Like, you know, with anyone we speak to, it's all anxious and this and that. But for you specifically, I wanted to talk about dealing with pressure, and how, you know, like you said, your coping mechanisms for pressure. So let's put you in a situation, okay? So a 15-year-old you is about to walk on stage and you're at the X-Factor. What's running through your mind? How aren't you overwhelmed with pressure? How are you controlling that? What are you thinking about? You know, are you thinking that this is my dream? So I was born to be here. It's easy. Or were you thinking, shit, I need to breathe. I need to relax. I need to, you know, what's going through your mind? How are you controlling that?
I've always had. I think I've always had a bit of anxiety right from school. I got a really hard time through school, and then I went straight onto one of the biggest shows in the world, X-Factor. And my anxiety through that was very level. Just kind of, I was very emotional. It was such an amazing experience. But I think this last couple of years, I've really understood myself more. I mean, I'm like a grown woman now, and that's the thing. People see me and they just remember me as that little 15-year-old girl that went on X Factor. But I am literally like a woman now, and I'm like, whoa, I cannot even believe how far I've come in those last few years. But in terms of like coping mechanisms for my anxiety and for especially like just the pressures of life, because life is one big pressure at times, and you can think, I don't have this, I don't have that, but you have to be so grateful for the things you do have. And a lot of the time that makes you very guilty, because you think there's a lot of people out there that don't have anything that I have. They don't have, there's a lot of people that don't even have a roof over their heads.
This is why I love you, and your perspective and take on things is just really, really bang on.
Thank you. You're the same. I would say you're a very positive person.
Well, yeah, but behind closed doors, like you said, we all have our own pressures, and we all try and be positive as much as we can. But the reality of it is, it's impossible to be positive all the time.
And it's impossible to be perfect. Nobody is perfect. And that's what. And relating it back to the Instagram thing, everybody looks like they're living the best life. Yeah. And do you know what? A lot of us were like, what is that analogy with the duck and the under the water? I have no idea. What is it?
How graceful they look when they swim across the water.
But underneath they're flapping about, And a lot of people are like that, And Caroline Flack, great example of that. Looked like she had everything, but massive pressure. The whole thing that happened with the boyfriend, it's come out now, that since then, that actually there were a lot that the media just hounded her. And it's a bit like Meghan and Harry.
That's bad at the moment, I think.
They need to leave them alone, don't they, really?
Well, what's your take on Meghan and Harry? Because I'm just interested to know where your head's at with that.
I watched a James Corden show the other day. Was it Harry was on there? They were like touring round, and they went to like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air's house, and they went up to it. It's like, oh, Fresh Prince in the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air's house. It was really great.
Yeah.
I don't want to go on too much about it, but that was probably one of the best James Corden episodes I've ever seen.
I haven't seen it yet.
Just because
I watched I don't want to sound too controversial. I did watch an interview with Meghan and Oprah, And I felt, for a couple that wanted to be out of the press, they're doing a lot of press.
Yeah, that's one.
And I think
last time, didn't we, on the podcast? And was it last time? The time before, second episode. It's flipping hard for them because, like you said, they wanted to be out of this like limelight for everyone, and then they've just gone straight back into it, and they've been pushed back into it.
Which just makes me have so many questions. I'm just so confused as to why you would move all the way there to get away from the press because you were being hounded, but then just go to the American press and you're getting even more press than before. And I don't know. You never know what that feels like until you're in that position. So I cannot resonate with Meghan in any way. But all I can say is that it just seems like a load of BS, really, that they've gone and done that in America. And
I saw a really funny meme that came out the other day, and it was like alternate headline, because obviously someone made a headline saying Harry rushes off to go back to Meghan after Prince Philip's funeral, and it was like alternate headline: man leaves event when event ends.
Oh, the press are clever. And this is the thing, people read what they believe. Like, people will read that, and they have massively manipulated Meghan over the years. Nobody is doubting that the press has not hounded Meghan, and it really made us feel a bit like it was when it was Diana. Which is why everyone was so kind of like, thank God they're out of that.
They were like,
I like the Royals. I know. But onto the Royals, obviously, Prince Philip. Very sad.
Yeah. I mean, that picture of Her Majesty just sitting there.
Oh, I cried at the funeral. I was watching it and I was like, oh my God.
This poor lady, like, she's a human being. This is what I was saying about Prince Harry before, is like, when you see these people in a limelight or maybe on perhaps a game show or in an environment like that where it's like they're human. It's like, no matter how, people don't think about this, about when they're pointing fingers and writing a load of bullshit,
and they'll read it, they'll hear about it.
They'll read it, they'll hear about it, like, you can't not absorb that. If you see something about you specifically, it doesn't matter what kind of human you are. No matter how strong you are,
it's words are hurtful, and no matter what, whether it's in the context of an Instagram troll or whether it's somebody saying it right to your face. No matter who you are, whether you're a royal, a celebrity, just anyone, as normal as we are, you read those things and it's hurtful.
Exactly. And the service in itself, I thought, was amazing.
Like, it was amazing.
I was in the gym and like I was just like, I think I was on a treadmill, I had my headphones on, and like, everyone was like looking at me, and I was just like, what's going on? I was like, there's something on me, and then took my headphones off, and there was like complete silence.
Yeah, they did the minute silence.
Yeah,
Wow.
and I was like, wow.
But how amazing that they honoured that in like an environment like that.
In a gym, yeah.
I was in Tesco's and they were like, they made a big announcement.
Did they?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like,
I was just sat at
2
home
minutes.
watching it, but I was just so like I could not believe that it had happened, because in my lifetime there's not, I don't know if there's been any royals dying 20 years, has there?
Don't have a clue.
I have no idea. I'm not very educated on the royals really, but
Me neither. That's the sad thing. Should we be educated on the
yeah,
royals?
we should be. This is the thing. Schools don't teach politics, our heritage. We don't learn anything valuable in school. It's rubbish. I do not ever apply.
Fractions
Exactly.
And shit, you know what I mean?
Have you ever used Pythagoras?
Nope.
No.
Pythagoras.
Wish I knew what council tax was. Still don't know. Got the bill the other day. I thought I wish that they taught me that in school, because I have no idea.
I wish I knew about life, like more into
Financial literacy.
Yeah.
How
stuff that's
it
relevant
works,
when you're a bit older.
And they should do a lesson about self-care and how, because we've got to admit now as a generation, our lifestyle is through social media. We have all got some sort of like, there's not one person I know under the age of 30 that doesn't have a social media outlet, whether that's through business or anything. And it's lifestyle, and we have to learn how to adapt to, not seeing that it's all a bit fake, and it's tough. It is.
Yeah.
Sometimes I will shut my phone off because I don't want to look.
What's that? Just
completely shut your phone off.
You've gone off Instagram a few times.
Yeah, I
haven't you?
remember. It was not long ago, was it? And
Off the map.
I was looking at my phone. It was all his social media was off, and I was like, "Holy crap!" I wonder if he's.
No.
I rang you a few times, didn't I?
Yeah, no. To be fair, like,
I did the same thing. I was trying to search you to tag you in something. I was like, "Where's Warren?
Where's Warren?
Where's Wally?"
The thing is about that, it's
Where is
Where is Wally?
He's right there.
He's there, putting them out.
Hi, Wally.
I'll tell you what is pressurising. £7 a pint.
£7 a bloody pint.
Where are you buying
7
these
fucking
pints
quid.
from?
Fucking well, that's London.
Is that in
prices.
London?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, but if you drink in
Up
London,
to £1.10, they've gone up inflation. Well, okay, so my take on this.
£7.
Fair play, right? If you're a business, if that's your industry, that's your business, right? And that's what makes you your money, your living. People aren't gonna not go out and buy a pint, are they now?
When in Rome.
So just stick a quid on it. Okay.
Imagine a
get
group
your
of
money
lads
back.
actually just put the pints back because, £7 just now.
It's actually quite a clever idea, because obviously now that pubs were open again outside, everyone, like you said, everyone's gonna fucking go. So why not? They could have put the pints up to £10, and still people would go. And
What are
get
people
like
gonna do?
I mean,
What are
I
they gonna
spend
do, really?
£10 on a cocktail, it's
Exactly.
But beer, it's.
Yeah, but what's the difference to a bloke? Like, he'll look. It's a 2 drinks, isn't it? It's a beer and a cocktail. He'll just look at it and go, "It's just 2 drinks. It's wet. It's drink. He don't care, does he?"
Oh God.
They're both fucking wet.
But yeah, it's a bit criminal.
Does the
That.
same job, doesn't it?
Yeah. One's a bit stronger than the other.
One's
so I
got more in, one hasn't.
This is a
That was
pint.
like me
It's
and
not a
Brammers the
pint.
other day in Weatherspoons. I was like, "What pictures do you do? We do this, do that. Make me something strong. Don't care what it costs. Just make it strong and a lot of it."
You do pints, don't you? Do you
Oh
drink
God,
pints?
I could
Yeah,
not
you're a
drink
pint.
beer. No.
You can't, no.
Oh no. My
I'm
mum likes.
sure.
My mum loves a bit of lager, but I could
Lager
not drink.
sham.
I could not drink beer if I would be like that. If I was on the island, the Bear Girls Island, I would rather drink my own wee
Okay.
than have a pint of beer.
Have you ever
you're
drunk, you drunk your own wee? Have you ever drunk your own wee?
No, I know people that.
Shall we?
I know
Anyone
people
got a
that,
bottle?
We've run out of green juice, guys.
Yeah. There's a guy. Oh, what's his name? I've literally recently been looking at this. Connor Murphy. Do you remember him? He was like one guy that was
Oh.
big strapping lad, and he'd go around and do like public challenges of like people touching his abs and stuff. But anyway, I found his page the other day. Don't ask how. He's like, oh, I drink. Yeah, he's like, oh, I just drink my own. No, on Instagram, he's like, I drink my own urine. There's loads of health benefits behind it,
What?
and he's sitting in a park, pours his piss into a cup, and he's just.
Was it quite clear though? That's my question.
I wasn't really looking in that much detail to him, so I was just kind
No,
of.
but
I was reading the
surely.
caption, and I don't know.
I always have a little look, me. I'm like, how hydrated am I?
Do I need to drink a glass of water?
Do you
But
not do the same? Do you never
genuinely.
look and think, right, I need to drink more water today?
If it was the colour of the sun, definitely.
Well, it's quite easy for
Bright
guys
orange.
to look because we're just looking down, aren't we?
Oh no, we have to look
out.
back at
Go
it.
through the legs.
Yeah.
Oh, is that right?
We just get the
No,
junk
usually
out.
it's when you're in hospital and you have to give the little urine samples and you always feel a little bit like ashamed.
Ooh, yeah.
Here's my wee.
Yeah.
I'm ill.
Here's my body fluids.
But once I did it, and the woman was like, "If you just fill that up with water from the tap," I was like,
I'm just a hydrated fucking athlete.
I drink a lot of water. It was honestly like crystal clear. You could have handed it to that Connor, whatever he called it, and he would not have known.
Water.
He's like, "Oh, Buxton water." Honestly, would never
You
have
watched
known.
Joe Weller.
Love it, Joe Weller.
Do you like his podcast?
I love Joe Weller.
Oh, yeah,
In fact,
yeah.
Joe, if you're watching, hit me up.
We've asked Dua Lipa and Joe now if they're watching.
I
What I was
know.
going to say is
I feel like Joe Weller's on a different league to Joe Weeper.
Yeah.
Joe Weeper.
Dua Weeper.
Dua Weeper.
If you had a Bush Tucker trial right in front of you and there was a pint, would you be like?
Oh
oh,
yeah.
but
Listen, I've always said I would love to do I'm a Celeb just to eat all the creepy crawlies and just eat a bit of kangaroo ball.
Yeah, but they're going to bring you out a pint as the drink rather than like blended testicle.
Yeah, well they'll be eating
You said you'd rather
the
drink
other
your own
person
piss.
on the other challenge will be eating the testicle and I'll just be supping on some fresh
Amstel.
Amstel, yeah.
On the subject of pubs, actually, Conor McGregor bought the pub that he punched the old man in.
Did it?
He
He
bought
punched
it.
an old man?
He punched an old man in a pub.
I'm very late to the party.
Not long. Yeah, it was actually probably maybe 1-2 years ago now.
He's just a hothead.
Well, we walked in this pub. Apparently, this old man refused to drink some of his proper 12 whiskey. This is what the
Oh,
So
I
have you
remember
tried
this,
it? Have you tried it?
yeah. But
Oh, I
before
don't like
before we
it.
get to it, right? This guy, whatever, said something to Conor, didn't like it, so Conor just gave him the left
You
hand.
can't do that.
Left hand to the fucking
Obviously.
jaw. But then obviously Conor.
No, but I'm just like,
you know,
he obviously thinks he's, well, I'm Conor McGregor, I can punch someone if they don't like my
yeah,
whiskey.
like
but
everyone fucking hated him for it, and he gets shit for it today. And
Well,
so he
everyone
bought
makes
the pub.
mistakes.
He bought the pub for 1.4 million quid.
What, to say sorry? That's
No,
an
and then
expensive
no,
sorry.
No, then he instantly barred the guy that he punched.
Oh, he's such a bellend.
You
sometimes,
barred
isn't
him?
He barred the guy he punched. He bought the
Oh,
pub, and, then
no.
he just tweeted, "Yeah, and your
He's
man's
so
barred
petty.
as well." Just like
Jesus Christ. How old is he?
he? He's 29?
No, he's 30.
Old
30,
enough to not be
32.
petty like that.
That was just ridiculous. Like, I mean,
But why though? Why still hold on to that negative emotion? Just let it go.
Because it gets people talking.
But
Yeah.
so
Press.
this is
Has he got a new fight coming up by any chance?
Yeah, yeah.
just-
Yeah, well,
Destroy
that's
him.
what it'll be. His
Yeah.
press team will have said to him, you need to make a bit of press.
Make some
People
noise,
will be
fella.
watching. I mean, it was like when the whole Anthony Joshua thing came about, like, well, not Anthony Joshua, I don't even know what I'm talking about. Tyson Fury.
Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
Massive, what a legend he is. And, you know, when the whole Tommy Love Island thing, happened, and Lewis actually read his book when we were on holiday, and I was listening to his wife in a few interviews, Paris, and talking about his mental health and how he really suffered.
He's a big sort of
Advocate,
ambassador.
yeah.
isn't he?
My mate told me a story last night. It's funny you say that. So do you see him in that big skeleton morph suit?
Yeah.
On that, so that was the night that he decided to like change his life around because he was
Wow.
like dead fat in the pub sinking pints, and he looked around and there's loads of young people there, and he just apparently just got up, like walked home, and was just crying in his bedroom, and his missus thought he was like drunk and
Yeah,
just
I've read
playing a
that,
bit,
yeah.
playing the fool, but he was actually like, I'm just going to turn my life around now.
And he did, and
Yeah.
and hats off to him. But again, another person that got fame and success young and had everything he wanted in his life, what he thought he wanted.
He is still really young, isn't he? 29, isn't he?
Yeah.
Tyson Fury.
Yeah, he's
29?
not old.
Yeah, he's not old. He looks like
He's a
He
big
looks
guy,
about-
innit?
yeah, he looks
He
about
should be older,
40,
but
but
yeah.
I wouldn't want to mess with him. You won't be. Conor McGregor won't be.
Well, they would never. There's just not.
Would that ever be a fight? Or?
No,
No, it's just-
exhibition
it
maybe,
just wouldn't
but
ever happen.
it-
I
Yeah.
don't really know what the difference is between like that kind of boxing between. What is it?
Tyson Fury would box the head off of him if it was a boxing
literally
fight.
because he's 6'9" and Conor McGregor.
All he'd have to do
five
is just
foot.
stamp on him. He'd be done.
But yeah,
I
exactly.
don't think you can
yeah.
do that in boxing.
I would not be a good boxer, guys. I'd be like, can I slap? Literally, can I pull the hair?
So an injection of sort of positivity then.
Yeah.
70% of pollution has been.
I thought you were going to get the sweets
Wow.
out.
You know what? I always think
yeah.
Corona,
This is
for all
because
the
of
bad
Corona.
things that have come out of it, the world is a nicer place. People
Yeah.
smile at each other on the street because they haven't seen each other in a while. Pollution's going down. Like, let's
Yeah.
all just see the positives because Corona's
Exactly.
been shit, but
The
Yeah.
the Venice God, what the canal
with
It was
dolphins.
completely see-through, wasn't it, as well at one point?
Yeah.
Like you could see.
Yeah,
you could
yeah.
see
Venice got a great example.
I'm pretty sure that I heard that there were a dolphin in Blackpool at the start of Corona.
How have we gone from the Venice Canal to a dolphin in Blackpool?
To Blackpool. No, but that's amazing. But they took a photo of Blackpool when Corona first came out, and because people weren't playing in and littering in basically just fucking up the ocean, There were this. It was like see-through, and there was like apparently there was a dolphin being spotted. It was probably just a big fish, but still,
Yeah.
we hold on to the hope that there is dolphins in Blackpool, guys.
We have some American sweets today to
And
all of you.
peanuts.
You know, the tens of thousands of American viewers that are now watching the Wally podcast. You might be
Ooh.
familiar with some of these. What do we have? What's on the agenda for today, Ollie?
So,
I'll go on. You start.
no, you're already
Oh, I'm already
balls deep.
Right.
balls deep in the brain liquor.
Is it brain liquor? Is it American? Is it?
Right, I used to love a brain
Smiler wants to
liquor.
get in on the sweets. You're not
We used
having
to
any.
go- We used to have a little sweet shop at the bottom. NASA's is called. NASA still runs it. He's like one of the mythical creatures. NASA will never die.
Okay.
He used to sell me a brain liquor every day after school.
99p.
This
Okay.
was
Every
a lot
day?
nicer. Yeah. I've
Pretty
still
heavy.
got teeth. I don't
Yeah,
know how.
it's pretty heavy on the teeth, that.
It's good.
So that isn't American.
I don't
Brain.
know.
These are
Are
American.
these not American?
I don't know.
What are they?
It's
What's
from
the
an American sweet shop.
They are
This-
freaky approved.
I'm just going to Google this before we look.
We've got Sour Patch watermelon. We've got some fiery hot nerds. Who dares burns extreme chili nuts,
Oh, no.
peanuts, and then we've got some Swedish fish.
Have we
I
got
had
any
these the other
water?
day. These are actually really nice. They're a weird texture though. One thing I noticed, I had a load of American candy the other day because I went to another American candy shop, and they're all. What I noticed is they're all extremely sugary.
Yeah.
Like the content of sugar and the flavoring is so much more like intense than any other like British sweet.
I mean,
I think that's because maybe
If you look at the ingredients, sugar, invert sugar, corn syrup, cornstarch, sugar, citric acid.
probably not going to sleep tonight after this one. Anyway,
That's all right. I love a bit of Swedish
should we have a
fish.
Sour Patch to start off?
Yes. I love a bit of Sour Patch.
I never had one before.
I don't know why, but I
Can't
always
even
buy
open
Sour
the
Patch
thing.
when I'm drunk. That's just like a bingey thing.
So they are in the they are in the shape of a watermelon as well. Go on.
Bit of a strange watermelon that is. It's
Yeah,
more
small.
melon than water.
Well,
Let's go in.
Oh, they are nice.
Texture 10 out of 10. I'm telling you that right now.
They're
for
not
free-
even that
for
sour.
free.
Very nice though.
A
Oh
bit
yeah.
sour to begin with.
Oh yeah.
Reminds me of you know if you walk into an executive club, but when you're
really
walking
fucking
through
I've never been in an executive club, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, you know where the secret ones.
Warren's
you walk through a
VIP
an
round
old
Chester,
fish bar.
guys.
You're not having any Milo.
You've just been chatting up the O2 guy, haven't you?
Yeah.
Well, this is it. This is it.
Loves it.
What are we thinking then?
Oh.
Out of 10?
I'm having more.
I'm going for 10.
I'm going in for
Really?
more.
Yeah, yeah. They're
To be
amazing.
fair,
That's a solid 11.
Watermelons are one of my favourite flavours
Yeah.
you can get. of a sweet.
Watermelon sugar.
Aye.
Hi.
Hi.
So Swedish fish. I'm gonna give that. Nothing's incredibly like 10 out of 10 in food,
Yeah,
is it?
get involved, Warren. I'm not.
9.
9. Why?
9.
Why not just give it an extra point?
We need a palate cleanser, guys. We got any water?
No.
Oh.
Warren goes to me this morning. Do you like sparkling water? Does anyone like sparkling water?
I just knew that you would drink sparkling water, Warren.
He probably doesn't even like it.
No, he doesn't. He just does it for
He's
the
doing it for like.
for the street cred.
I'm Warren.
Just getting judged. Judged for what
Swedish
I drink.
fish. And sparkling water.
What is your drink of choice on a night
Sparkling
out?
water is very refreshing.
Cherry
It doesn't-
vodka lemonade.
I don't
Cherry
particularly-
vodka. Oh.
Or like a flavoured vodka lemonade. I would go on the pints, but I'd just be sick midway through the night.
What about you? What's your
Heavy.
spirit of choice?
Um,
You like wine, you don't you?
Yeah, wine normally. I drink wine, but
Such,
at the
such
moment,
a nice guy.
Red wine.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, I bet you come in with red teeth.
At the moment, 0%
They're flipping
Heineken
mega.
is my choice of drink.
They are so good. Swedish fish, thumbs up.
I'm not as good as them, but
How can they be American but
Eight
they're
and a
called
half.
Swedish fish? I'm confused.
Swedish fish is a fucking 1 from me.
a 1.
Yeah.
Give
Really?
over.
That's
Well, we'll have them.
tasteless.
Tasteless.
Tasteless. It sticks to my teeth.
That's what. Yeah, they
It's
do.
a
They
little
like
fish.
drop it in your
I
teeth,
can't
can't they?
get them off my teeth now.
That's good. Then you'll be walking around later and you'll
So-
get a Swedish fish in the old gums.
I'm gonna go back to one of these.
Oh,
These
I
are the
am.
best,
They've got a bit of a fucking.
I feel like we
sour
should have done
aftertaste as
savoury
well.
first, you know, guys.
Nah,
Swedish fish, absolutely.
they're gonna blow our head off. We won't be able to taste any of them. Will we?
Blow our head off.
Fucking paedophile sweets.
Okay, that's a bit of judgment.
That's a very bold statement.
Well, you judged me for drinking sparkling water, so
Yeah, that is a strong.
I'll judge you for
I
eating
think
them fucking
I think a
things.
lot of people judge you for drinking sparkling water.
Only Kanye West drinks sparkling water, and Kanye is Kanye.
Kanye fucking West.
Oh
Kanye
God! Can
West
you believe that Kanye and Kim have broke up? By the
in
way,
the fucking building.
Right then, how many are we going in for one of these? Then are we gonna go just one, or are we gonna go like
I'm scared.
3 or 4?
I don't
Yeah,
like spicy
they're in the
food.
same category as fucking pineapple
So it's
pizza.
It's Naga chili powder. Just see what that is on the old what they
Richter
call it.
scale.
Is it Richter scale?
No, that's
That's an earthquake.
on the old gigameter.
Scoville's.
Scoville units.
I'm scared about this,
You want
guys.
to stop being a pussy.
Yeah,
about
I'll
that.
do it, guys.
Go
I'll
on
go
then.
in.
Naga
The woman
chili.
of the group.
You're in.
Ooh, Naga provides some intense heat, also known as the ghost chili.
I've gone for 2.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Ghost, yeah, the ghost chili is known for being insanely
I
hot.
can't go.
Is it hot?
That's too bad.
That is pretty hot.
Ah!
Get some of the party my way.
God, it gets worse.
Oh my god.
Oh,
That is
no.
well off.
Are they
Oh
bad,
no.
They're pretty
Oh
hot.
no.
Fiery peanuts.
You holy shit.
Let's go. How many do you have? 2?
It's like there's more. It's more intense.
Can I have some of your green juice, please?
He's going for a few.
Warren, get your sparkling water
I
out.
instantly regret that.
Can I have some more?
Wow.
You've had too many.
Oh, yeah.
Can I have some of
You're
your
gonna
green juice,
regret that.
please? Because I need to.
Are you gonna go for another?
That's just foam.
Listen, if we're doing a review, we're doing a review. I've only had one.
The flavour is actually quite nice, but they
Yeah.
are just boiling hot.
The flavour is really good.
Yeah.
That's really flipping.
Do you know what? I can handle this. My nose is running.
I'll go for one more.
Ah!
Oh yeah.
They are wham.
They're actually like the heat's there.
I feel a bit
there's
sick.
There's a bit of a kick there. It's quite smoky. And
Ugh.
Serious?
don't itch your eyes.
I'm not going to be sick, but it's quite intense.
3.
Oh god, that's blowing the cobwebs off.
Easy.
I can't.
I ate that so open then. See that? I just
Warren, I really need
Yeah.
some water. I don't care if it's sparkling.
He hasn't got any.
I can get you a filtered water from over there.
Ooh, filtered. Very Chester.
How long's that been there for, Warren?
That's like today.
Is that a week?
Yeah. A whole year.
Right then, out of 10 for them.
No, they're a hard pass for me. They're a 3. Flavour was nice, but the spice
I
was
don't
just
think
a no.
the spice is not nice.
You're lying if you said you enjoyed them.
No, I didn't. The flavour's alright. Like it's not like I wouldn't say it's up there with like cashew, pistachio
Thanks, Wazza.
nuts, but like it's yeah, maybe like 3.
I'm giving that an 8 purely
Okay.
purely because I like the savoury. Savoury is normally my
I
choice,
like
and
savoury.
heat's good as well. But I never eat peanuts. I mean, you're more of a nut kind of guy.
Oh, I just
Loves his nuts. Love a bit of nut, don't you?
Loves the fucking warm nuts.
What's that you've got over there? Is that yours? That turmeric shot.
Oh! This?
Should we give Mila a
I got in a 3-pack. Now this supports your immune system. It's ginger immune support. You'd like this actually, Warren. Have a go.
Ginger.
I've not opened it. You're not ginger. Oh god, I just burped. Sorry guys. Sorry listeners.
Go on, Wazza.
Go on, have a little taste of that.
Apple cold pressed ginger.
I'm not Mr. like fucking immune boy, am I? You know what I mean? I like it.
No,
This
but
is
you
which
love your
anyone else
green,
would like it.
your green shaky things, so I think you'll like it.
There we go.
My mouth
Go
is
on.
on fire.
What do you think?
You got shot it. You got to take it all.
Such a pussy.
Did you even drink any of that?
Yeah. That was nice. M&S, not even American, but
M&S, if you'd like to sponsor the pod, then feel free.
Did we clarify for the people who are actually listening? So we've got Swedish fish. You didn't like, Warren. 3 out of 10 was it?
Yeah, we'll
Me
rank
and you,
them, guys.
8 or 9 was it? I gave it an 8.5.
It's a solid 7.
Sour Patch 9, 10,
Oh, 11.
11, 10 for you.
Sour Patch is a 10, yeah.
Yeah, and
absolutely.
the nuts
Yeah.
3 for me, Holly.
3.
The nuts I'm going to give it 8, just because I like spice. A little
8.
bit of spice.
Warren's just trying to act like a proper bloke now.
Yeah, this is me, just like spice, and even the hurts.
Ghost pepper, don't care.
Watch out.
George Floyd, justice for him, guys. Let's talk. That's really
Hard change of
hot
subject
topic
there.
now. No,
Actually,
but
it's
seriously,
American, isn't it?
Yeah, American, absolutely.
Oh, George.
I
Oh,
was
that.
very, very, just happy just to see justice. We should be vigilant towards anything to do with racism, equality. I'm a big believer in that.
Me too.
Yeah.
And even like you said, when you talk about tough times through school, might not seem it, even though as English as I am, when I was a little kid, I looked a lot more Asian than I do now. I've kind of morphed.
People actually give you stick for that as well.
Yeah, when it was,
Disgusting.
chocolate boy, all sorts. It was great.
Chocolate boy.
Oh, chocolate
that's
boy.
horrible.
A little bit of
Chinese
your
kid.
dark chocolate.
Dark chocolate all the way. People used to come up to me and give me the old fucking,
Disgusting.
wah, wah.
And look at you now, Warren.
but this is it.
Successful.
Now who's laughing, yeah? But all in all, justice for George Floyd. I was like, the one picture that really got me was when he had. I can't remember the officer's name now. I don't want to remember his name, but his knee was on the guy's neck.
Oh, and the arrogance.
Derek Chauvin.
9 minutes. 9 minutes.
The arrogance of him as well.
He's got 13 years now, and they're looking to extend that as well.
13 is not enough.
No, it's not.
It's not.
Far from it.
And the justice system has failed time after time. People like that.
Yeah.
White privilege. And do you know what? I'll never know what it's like. I have always come from I am white as they get. I'm so white. It is. I'm milk.
Yeah.
I'm literally milk. But I've got so much respect for people in business, in the music industry, in life that are suppressed by racism. Because we'll never know. I'll never know what that feels like ever. So I can only offer my support. I can never say I know what that feels like. And this time after time when the Black Lives Matter thing came about, people were saying all lives matter. Yeah, but we've not been suppressed for years, and and I don't really care what happened 100 years ago. Yeah. I care, of course, but we've got to pave a future of children and a generation of people that are quite woke. And I'd say we are, as a generation, we're pretty good.
Have you ever seen the film 42?
No.
If you haven't seen the film 42, it's about I can't remember the name of the baseballer, but he was the first black professional baseballer.
Wow.
And the film showcases the amount of racism that he was subjected to the whole way through.
Wow.
It's a brilliant film. If you haven't watched it, definitely recommend it.
42.
42. Yeah.
Okay, that's on my list.
It's a really good film. It's on Amazon. But yeah, so you obviously said people like him were the start of the role models for. Well, not the start of, but he's a big advocate for the Black Lives Matter thing, especially back in the day when it was at peak racism and everyone was you didn't want a black person in any specific professional league.
You just can't even believe it.
I know.
You can't even believe that there was buses that black people couldn't get on, and it honestly breaks my heart. I literally can't even imagine a world where I would look at someone of a different colour or ethnicity and not think have anything but respect.
Yeah.
And do you know what? It's not about putting them above us, or it's about that equality.
Yeah.
Just mutual, isn't it?
Mutual.
Making sure
Escape from Pretoria.
Great film as well. Yeah. Really
have you
good
seen
film.
that?
No.
Oh god, it's so good.
I might have another one of these spicy nuts. I know I gave them a 3, but
I just keep saying Harry Potter in prison.
Yeah, Harry Potter in prison. That
Harry
was
Potter.
that was the Nelson Mandela era, wasn't it?
Yeah, Nelson Mandela era. Daniel Radcliffe, obviously Harry Potter plays. What's his name?
I can't remember. But it's a South African guy.
I've heard about this too.
They're imprisoned for promoting, as two white people promoting equal rights, I suppose, isn't it, in South Africa. But he was in prison with a guy who was also in prison with Nelson Mandela, and it was just around that time. So it shows how crazy it was. It still is bad in South Africa, though. It still is really bad.
Which is crazy. I mean, and even when it comes to women as well, how lucky we are as English women to not be suppressed by men, and in different cultures it's just not even a thing. You cannot believe how far we've come. And that's what I mean, as a country, we can't lose sight of that. Yeah. How far we've come in equality in lots of different areas. Women, equal right, equal pay, Black Lives Matter. We've done great, but there's so much further to go.
Yeah, we are the alpha being, aren't we? We could the amount of damage we could do to each other on the daily basis is insane. We've won 100%, but we've got to move things on. Holly, I want to speak to you a little bit more about your music.
Brilliant.
And what you've been doing. Obviously, there's a gap there, from 2019 Eurovision to 2021. I know you've been doing lots of writing. You've been sending me samples and stuff for songs that you've written for other people and other bands, and they sound so good. I think I had that one WhatsApp open a few times and just played it. And
bless you.
Yeah, it was great.
Thank you.
So, are you writing now?
Yeah.
What's in store
right now?
So right now, I'm writing a song right now. I've got. The songs are ready. We are literally just pulling.
Really?
Yeah, everything's ready.
How many tracks have you done?
I think I've got about 5 releases this year. I'm gonna be doing. I'm
5 this
once
year.
I've started, I want to not stop. That's the thing. That's why I've taken my sweet time with it, because I did not want to have a finished product that wasn't something I believed in.
Yeah.
And the music that I'm writing now feels so much more relevant to my life and my situation.
Yeah.
And I kind of had to go in the studio and think, stop thinking that what will get radio plays.
Okay.
You're just wrecking the gaff over
Sorry.
here.
Just trashing the place, mate. It's fine.
Sorry.
Has lockdown given you a little bit more space to think about how you write your music? Have you
Too
used
much
it?
space, yeah.
Yeah, too much almost.
Too much space. I've just gone from working all the time to like not working at all, and then having jobs that I didn't want to do, and it's been. Got a little message through.
That was really intense.
That was very intense.
Sorry, let me just.
No, don't worry about it. Warren's just getting the mail coming through.
What's going on there?
No, you're fine.
That didn't need to be on.
Anyway, where was I? What was I saying? Yeah, so the songs are all ready. Everything's just coming together now. It's. I'm just really lucky. Like even through the lockdown, like I had a lot of support. I don't think anyone can say that they've gone through this lockdown and had a happy time. It's been really bad for people, and I'm just so lucky that I'm not one of these small businesses that's shut down.
Yeah.
I'm not one of these people that's actually lost their life. So I had a family member that's lost their lives because it's been horrendous.
Yeah.
And we're all coming out the other side now, and I mean the roadmap's absolute. I think it's shit, really, but
this is so exciting. So music, the industry as a whole, yes, it has taken a little bit of a huge back step, especially for you guys. But a lot of entrepreneurs have been born in lockdown. A lot of people have realized a lot more about themselves and their true potential because they've had time to sit in a room by themselves and go, do you know what really fucking matters to me? What actually matters?
Where do I want to be?
My boss isn't hounding me today. He's not telling me to make fucking 100 calls. We're not pushing sales, not doing this, not doing that. So for you, it's nice to see that you've used that to your advantage.
Thank you, yeah.
But
it's not been an easy road. Like I'm still not.
Yeah.
I am myself now. I am 100% back in my own headspace and my happy place, but I haven't been at all.
Yeah.
At the start of this year was when we got put in that last lockdown. Oh my God! I remember I was working in flannels in a shop.
Yeah.
And we were watching Boris Johnson's announcement, and we were like, "Oh my God! Like this is another bit of our life."
We're actually going back in again.
And it wasn't been wasted. It hasn't been wasted for me because I've learned so much about where I want to be.
And about yourself.
But what about you guys? If there's anything that you've taken from lockdown or coronavirus, what has been the thing that's been born out of that? Because in years to come, we'll be telling our kids about this. Is a weird thing for me. Like we will literally be telling.
I'd say resilience. Like the ability as a nation for us to be patient over a year, because a year is a long time to think about it. And like we've been stuck inside for a year, and obviously you've got people now obviously progressing and moving out of this whole lockdown. But like resilience, and also the ability to trust other people more. You know how you were saying like people working from home and not actually being in the office, but that takes a lot of trust, especially, I mean, for you, because you have a few employees, don't you? Like, they're actually working from home and you're not being able to see them every single day. And
well, NatWest have proved this now. They've said that, I think, is it 75% of their employees at least will now be working from home till the foreseeable?
Yeah, or the option to, innit?
Yeah. But not being in a workplace and having a work environment has really affected people.
Yeah.
Not seeing your friends, not seeing your work colleagues, being isolated.
Yeah, but they're definitely that. And obviously it's personal, isn't it? It's like how you feel like you can work, because obviously some people love the idea of working from home.
Oh, yeah.
Stay-at-home mums, families, people that have families that want to spend time with their family.
But for them, their only outlet was that social element of life, and going and even work. I've got a few friends that do that. They're stay-at-home mums and stuff, and even they've said, "Listen, I can't go out and see my friends or have my own little outlet. Like it's just me, the kids, and my life for the past year."
The flip side of it is, isn't it? It's
too much of a good thing.
Yeah, people do also miss going out, meeting other people, working as a team in the same energy as other people. So it does have a flip side. Yeah, you're right.
It's a balance, isn't it? It's finding the right balance. I think if people can, if companies now can say like it's your choice, you can come in, you can go out as you please.
A couple of days at home, just get the work done.
Just make sure as long as you hit targets, get the work done. You're happy, like, because I think obviously people have a pressure of coming into work and seeing people and seeing people they might not like a lot as well. So like
we've all worked with idiots. Like it just is how it is. Not everyone is as kind as you and compassionate as what you'd want them to be.
Yeah.
So for some people, it's been a big change, and it's been a good one. And I think that a lot of good stuff's come out of lockdown and the coronavirus. And I think you see, I mean, even walking down the street, I went to London last week or the week before, ghost town, hardly anyone there. But the people that were there were friends and not seen each other in ages, giving each other flowers, hugging each other, and obviously they shouldn't be hugging, but no, we don't mind. But yeah, it's so refreshing seeing people smile at each other in the street, seeing people enjoy the weather, getting back out again, getting back into the flow, because a lot of people have got anxiety. I mean, 20% of people didn't agree with the roadmap.
Yeah.
A staggering 20% of people didn't agree with it, and
Yeah.
it's because people are worried. People don't know how to integrate in society like they used to do.
Yeah.
And no wonder, it's been a whole year.
One thing I love now, or when you go out now, is it's just like I said, seeing people together, like seeing people enjoying other people's company. Because obviously, like I said, we've been stuck in our houses for a year, and we had that blimp, didn't we, in July to August? So I said,
Where we were kind of could go out a little bit,
yeah.
Oh, the tears.
Yeah, but now we're back to almost 2 months away normality. Yeah.
So going back to your music, when can we expect to see any?
I can't give you a definite date right now,
poking
but
the bear a little bit here.
weeks. I'm thinking.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
Really?
it's
That
very
close?
soon. Yeah, I'm hoping so. Anyway, we just need to pull the music video together. Like, we've got a few things logistically to sort out,
Video?
but
When are you filming? Have you filmed already?
we're still on the mood board, Warren. I'll fill you in. Fill you in
Okay.
after the pod. But
Right,
all to come, watch this space. But yeah, I think summer's a really good goal for us.
Mm-hmm.
I always said it was last year, July actually, that I released. No. God, it's a hot. Oh my God, this year's just been a blur.
Yeah.
It wasn't last year. It was the year before that I released Small Talk, and it was around my birthday, and he did quite well. It was a great. I really liked the song, but it was a quick release. I rushed it. I thought, oh God, people will not think I'm doing music anymore. I need to put something out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, summer's
Is that a
gonna
lot
be
of
massive. I'm
Oh,
so
wow,
excited.
That's so exciting.
Is that a lot of pressure for you with like not releasing? Do you
Yeah.
think people are gonna think?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
actually,
people
this
go
is
on my Instagram and like, oh, so you get your kit off and you do underwear modelling now, and that's what you do. And I'm like, no, that is just I love fashion. I've always loved fashion, photography. That is such a big outlet of my work as well. And I always think, well, if I've not got the music to release just yet, then I want to inspire people in other ways, and whether that's through beauty, fashion, or anything. Like I love doing that. So it's been about saying, don't put me into a box. I'm not just a singer.
There's more to you.
That is ultimately where I want to be, and I want Instagram and everything to all link into the music at some point. But I needed the content, I needed the songs, and I've written about 100 songs now, and there's only about 10 of them that I think, wow, they're the ones that I want people to hear.
That's so good for you to refine it down as well. I mean, sometimes you see a lot of artists that do kind of go quiet, and then they make a comeback, and then boom, there's an album there, and it just goes off. It's unbelievable. So I'm just so, I know that yours is going to be great.
Oh, bless you. You're a good friend.
Um,
Maybe a little biased at times, but.
So where can the guys find you, Holly? Tell them your socials and.
Shall I look into the camera?
That one's yours.
Wait, hi. Hello. So find me on YouTube, Instagram. My Instagram's Holly Tandy Official, which is, I agree, a bit of a wanky name, but we move. Facebook, anywhere. But yeah, all my songs will be on Apple Music, Spotify, ready for summer.
Amazing.
Summer 2021.
Amazing.
Is it 2021?
It is.
Yeah, it is.
We're
Still stuck in 2020.
2020.5.
We're in a whole new decade now, guys. How do you
Yeah.
feel? Old?
Yeah.
Yeah, time is just pushing on far too quickly.
I turned 25 the other day. I woke up with a sore knee. Genuinely, I was like,
He needs a knee replacement.
how have I?
Why are you sore?
Why have I just been
Wait,
gone
when
to
was
bed?
it your 25th birthday?
April 5th, literally last week, 2 weeks ago.
Happy
Oh, yeah.
birthday to you.
But yeah, I went to
You
bed,
live in a zoo.
sound absolutely fine. Woke
look
up and I was
like
like,
Emma.
why is my knee sore? Why?
We'll go. In fact, we better get off and get you a knee replacement.
Yeah, and a hip replacement as well. I'll take one of them.
Yeah.
Free, why not?
So, guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. It's been great to chat to you, Holly, and we
Thank
can't
you
wait to
for
hear
having
more
me.
from you.
Thanks, guys. It's been
Welcome.
a hoot.
Did you
Been
have
good
anything else to say?
No, that's it. It's yeah.
How
it's
do you
been a
end the
great-
pod then? Do you just
My
like,
name is Ollie. I've got a sore knee.
Yeah.
Peace
25,
out.
I got a sore knee. Peace out.
Thanks, guys, and we'll see you again in another episode.
Bye bye.
bye. Thank you.